We are very worried. We call the international governments, Canadian governments, to help de-escalate this situation.
Many Ukrainians here in Manitoba and across Canada are expressing concerns as the threat of an invasion by Russia into Ukrainian territory looms. Dmytro Malik and his family immigrated to Canada in 2014, 1 month before Russia annexed Crimea. He says this conflict is not new.
It's been, 8 years. It's another escalation. The war, it hasn't ended yet. So it's ongoing.
Serhiy Obratsov moved to Canada with his family in 2013. He says he checks his phone every single day looking for the latest news of the conflict in Ukraine. Obratsov says he's worried, but as for his family in Ukraine, nothing's changed.
For them, it's like daily routine. It's nothing new. Like, we know that we have conflict. Lots of people, every day we have soldiers who have been killed. That's why it's nothing new for them.
100,000 Russian troops are stationed along Ukraine's border, extending north to Belarus. Russian President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly stated that no invasion will take place, but back here at home, that's not the belief.
He will not stop. And we have to be aware of this, and we have to think about that like every day.
Since 2014, almost 4,500 Ukrainian soldiers have lost their lives in the war against Russia. Canada and other nations continue to back Ukraine, including providing military support. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly was in Ukraine earlier this week, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau saying Wednesday any further incursion into Ukraine by Russia is unacceptable.
We're very concerned about the security implications for Canada and for the world.
Ihor Mikhalchyshin, Executive Director of Ukrainian and Canadian Congress, says no one should underestimate the Russians' ability to exercise their military force. He says Canada and its allies should be acting now rather than waiting.
Sending of defensive weapons to help Ukrainians defend themselves in the case of an invasion, more sanctions, and working through the alliances where we are a strong member, NATO, G7, and others, to ensure that Putin understands that there's consequences. You can't just redraw the borders of Ukraine because you don't, or of Europe, frankly, because you don't like them and you want to regain your imperial power.
For Malik and many other Ukrainian Canadians, Ukraine's freedom and sovereignty is extremely important.
I'm terrified personally, even thinking about losing more lives, Ukrainians' lives.
In Winnipeg, Alex Karpa, City News.